Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's try back again here to bring in another video. This one's going to be talking about collecting in general and whether or not it's healthy. So, for example, me, I collect action figures. I know a lot of guys who collect comic books. People can collect all kinds of things. So you'll collect, DVD movies or, antiques, things like that. But in general, is it healthy? This is an interesting topic, and feel free to do video responses on your thoughts about it. My thoughts are kind of that it can be, and also it can be unhealthy because it's all about control. It's all about the amount. I think that if a person, see, the thing about it is that if you use it as kind of like a reward to yourself, so you work hard or whatever you're doing. If you're studying hard, like some of the younger viewers, you may still be in school, so obviously you can't work that much at a job or whatever, but you kind of you reward yourself for either a work week completed, or a semester, or a test, or whatever, any of these types of things, and you reward yourself by purchasing something that you collect, whatever you like. I think that in that situation it is good to have as like sort of like a payoff. It's a healthy payoff to have, as long as it's within control and you don't buy too many. That's the biggest thing with collecting in general. I think is that there's always more out there, and there's always companies are always coming out with cool stuff, new stuff that's better than the old, or most of the time. Or with eBay now, we have the situation where people can actually purchase things that they may have missed years ago, and they're kind of always there, so they're kind of always in the store, which brings a whole nother level to it. I think that people, as well as not physically going to a store, just being on their computer, and the fact that they can go on any time and just purchase anything they can imagine pretty much on eBay, even stuff that they'll never find again in their city ever. But they can go on anytime, like 5 in the morning could be. They could be drunk and they could go online and buy something. I think brings a whole nother level to it. It makes it even harder um, to control it as a hobby, to control it as, and that's where people get in trouble, because sometimes if they lack the control, or they lose the control, which I won't be ashamed to admit that sometimes that happens to me. Like every once in a while, last year, for example, maybe here and there, sometimes I buy too much stuff, and figures, and that's just the way it is. It happens sometimes. So I think really when it comes down to it, like with eBay and stuff like that, it's really hard. It can be a challenge sometimes to control it, especially if you have a little bit of extra money, trying to save some and not, spend most of it. I pretty much try to I set a budget for myself and try to keep it under about like, 20% of my wage. So 10 or 15% of my wage is, I consider that to be healthy, but if it goes above 20, 30% of my wage, I starts to get in the territory. This is just for me. Everybody, you can obviously, people have different, budgets and life situations, and everybody is, different, come from different walks of life. So this doesn't apply to everybody. This is just me personally, but I generally think that as long as people keep it under control and they don't, go crazy and, spend everything or buy too much stuff, I think it is a healthy hobby. And I think it is good for people. Um, just to sort of like that payoff to keep you motivated. Like a lot of times, when I go to work and stuff like that, if I go a few months without buying anything, work becomes very tough, because then you get into that kind of mind frame where it's like you're not getting any kind of payoff for what you're doing. Whereas when you just buy maybe like one figure, or a couple things that you collect, it kind of gives you that payoff for the hard work that you put in. And same as if you do something in an accomplishment, somebody gives you something, like let's say your boss at work gives you like a certificate, or you get like of appreciation, anything like that, little, they give you something tangible, for the hard work you put into it. So I think it's all about control generally. Let me know what you guys think about it. Heavily interesting topic. Is collecting in general healthy or unhealthy? Does it matter on the amount? And do you think it's all about control, or do you think that maybe there's more to it than that? I also wanted to add too, I forgot to mention earlier, that a lot of people, I think there are other things that people do. Like for example, alcoholism is a huge problem in our society, especially for middle-aged people entering into ages around anywhere from 20 on up to middle age to be 40, 50. It is a huge problem for people, and There's plenty of people that go out on the weekends and spend more, you know, on alcohol, and you know, and that has its negative effects health-wise too. But again, if you control it and you just have, you know, maybe one drink, is it going to affect your health? Is it going to affect your liver? Probably not. It's probably not going to do anything. So really, I think it's all a matter of control and keeping it under control, and it only becomes unhealthy if the control isn't there. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you for the next one. Later. Peace.